Hi, this is Jamie Linderman. I'm here with Craig and Charles from CommScope. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, Jamie. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. So, CommScope's doing a lot on the access side for network evolution. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Thanks for asking, Jamie. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Craig Coogan, and I am Vice President of Access Network Solutions for CommScope. Been with the company for almost 23 years now, and focused really on the CMTS, the access network from a CMTS and from a DA module perspective. And really, we're looking to help operators leverage the investments that they've made in the network as much as possible. So we're taking our products and basically expanding them to have more bandwidth available to the end subscribers. So whether the technology is an integrated converged cable access platform or an ICCAP platform, or whether the operator is moving over to distributed access architecture or DAA, the two leading DAAs are Remote PHY and Remote MAC PHY. We as CommScope, we're actually developing all of those technologies and investing in all of those. And with Remote PHY, we're even investing in utilizing the CCAP as the CCAP core, but also we virtualize that software as well to make it available as a virtualized core. So we're able to help operators actually expand their DOCSIS 3.1 offering by adding more channels, more density to the service groups. And then if operators go and move forward and take basically the next generation of DOCSIS 4.0 modems and try to operate them on the DOCSIS 3.1 CMTS, that can actually help them to bridge the gap between DOCSIS 3.1 and getting to 4.0. The operators would have to also use some other technologies like moving the upstream split from the current standard split, which is 42 megahertz for North America, 65 megahertz for Europe, up to mid-split, which is 85 megahertz, or high split, which is 204 megahertz, basically in preparation for the next major step, which would be a migration to full DOCSIS 4.0. And relative to the DOCSIS 4.0 perspective, we're actually planning on supporting the two major variants, which is extended spectrum DOCSIS, also known as frequency division duplex, as well as full duplex DOCSIS. And both of those variants require a refresh to many of the network elements, and we're actively working on many of those elements as we speak now to make them available to cable operators, to push them to that next gen to get out to 10G services.
So it sounds like no matter the operator's path, there's a solution for it.
I think that's a great summary of what I just said, yes.
Great. Hi, Charles. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Jamie. How are you?
Good. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Charles Cheevers. I'm the CTO of CommScope's Home Division.
Wonderful. Well, so we've heard a little bit about the access network and what operators are doing, so many different paths, so many different options, but I think a really important thing to talk about is how this is developing the in-home experience and where Wi-Fi is going and how we can really lower churn and develop the customer.
Absolutely. 2023 is a big network investment in the DOCSIS space, and as Craig pointed out, the evolution of DOCSIS is going to take us from 3.1 today to high split DOCSIS, which we have today in our CommScope Home DOCSIS CP devices, all the way through then to 4.0 with potentially a 3.1 extended version where we can bring in extra OFDMs to add that extra gigabit capacity to the home. And of course, the key magic there is to deploy a 4.0 DOCSIS device. This has been a different generation of DOCSIS than before, where typically the CMTS upgraded and the entire plant had available 3.1 channels. But now it's really on a per segment basis. So if you add a new DOCSIS 4.0 modem, you're now ready for a future path of upgrading to 10 gigabit type services in the future. But of course, as you mentioned, to take that service from the network side and to bring it into home also requires the alignment of DOCSIS 4.0 with Wi-Fi 7. So we see two architectures evolve in the home. One is the traditional all-in-one gateway, which couples the DOCSIS CPE device, 4.0 CPE device, with the Wi-Fi 7 LAN side functionality, but also two-box where service providers might want the option of using a DOCSIS 4.0 modem connected to an Ethernet-based Wi-Fi access point, and then possibly use the same architecture technology for replacing the cable modem with a PON device and have the same Wi-Fi 7 access point in both the DOCSIS 4.0 and the PON access network. But all in the spirit of trying to bring a customer a much better experience of 5 gigabit, 10 gigabit type burst services right the way through to every edge of their home, from the OFDM on the DOCSIS 4.0 network right through to the Wi-Fi 7 connection as well then.
So reliability is huge here.
Yeah, I think, generally we all feel, I think, that we're a little bit oversubscribed on the speed wars. The consumers, I think, value, the cost value of their bandwidth. And generally, most of the time, the issue is not the network. DOCSIS has been one of the most reliable transports that we've ever built. It's more the Wi-Fi performance at range in the home. And I think consumers are beginning to understand that more, right? And they have invested in better Wi-Fi meshing and solutions that get further range in the home. And with Wi-Fi 7, it brings in a whole new set of tools that allow determinism in Wi-Fi. For the first time in Wi-Fi 7, you're able to actually schedule a packet, similar to the way DOCSIS schedules packets. So that DOCSIS packet that's scheduled on the DOCSIS network for guaranteed arrival time can also be scheduled into the Wi-Fi domain for guaranteed arrival time. And of course, services like low latency gaming, new immersive video services, which need that low latency, will be able to use these features in Wi-Fi 7 and DOCSIS 4.0 to be able to do this, this new low latency home of the future that we're building for the consumers.
Well, and it sounds like it's going to be able to help with any application that comes across.
Absolutely. I think we're ready for taking packets from the core right through to the furthest range of your home out to your deck with determinism, with all this new technology that's coming in.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Craig.
Thanks, Jamie.
Charles.
Thank you. Thank you.